Hello students, we are going to discuss the societal impacts chapter where we will be discussing cyber crime, cyber law, or say IT Act, e-waste management and health issues. Cybercrime involves a computer and a network is called computer crime or cyber crime. Any fraud which takes place in internet using the computer is a cyber crime. Suppose somebody is entering into your user ID and password in a banking account and taking the money from your account or transferring the money from your account, so that will be considered as cyber crime. Okay, so this kind of thing, or in terms of hacking, phishing, spamming. Hacking, breaking the secured system of others like user ID, password or email ID. Phishing, like you will get one email where it will be claiming that you might have got some a lottery and they need to transfer money into your account. For that they need your account number and all details. Now if you believe this email and send all information to them, then they will be using your account and vanish up all the money from your, transfer all the money from your account. So that kind of email is called phishing. And spamming, it's junk email, as you know. So it is a crime in which, cyber crime is a crime in which a computer is the object of the crime in terms of hacking, phishing, spamming, or it is used as a tool to commit an offense like child pornography, hate crimes, so and so. Step to protect yourself against cybercrime. Make sure your security software is current and update it regularly. Your software should be updated. If it is authenticated one, if you have purchased it, that means you have the license of that software, so automatically it will give the update or it will remain updated. And lock or log off your computer when you step away. Whenever you are not there or you are not using, log off your computer so that you are in the office, so that nobody can use your computer. Go offline when you don't need an internet connection. Unnecessarily don't use internet, because when you are in the internet there is a remote chance of getting all this malware attack. Then malware means the software which does the destructive activity in your computer. Consider sharing less online. Think twice about using public Wi-Fi. Public Wi-Fi should not be used for any important personal activity like banking transaction or important email, because public Wi-Fi, that is accessible to all, and their crackers or maybe there, and they also will be using that Wi-Fi and will try to invade your system, your computer, and access all the data. So you avoid public Wi-Fi. And when in doubt, don't click into unauthorized link. Okay, so this is all how you can protect your yourself from against the cyber crime. Okay, fine. A computer, types of cyber crime. A computer is the target of the attack, like for example data break on a banking site, Then a computer is a weapon for an attack. Like denial of service. Denial of service means it will not give any service to you. The computer will say memory, though memory is there, it will say that memory is not enough for doing the job. Whatever you want to access, you want to open a file, it will not open. So that is called denial of service. A computer, then third one is computer is an accessory to a criminal act. For example, digital identity theft. Identity theft, your all the data, your suppose your Aadhaar card data. So all the data will be using and using your data. They can can be taken your money from the account. So that is also called identity theft, because they are using your identity as if you are doing the transaction. Okay, so all these are part of cyber crime. Then hacking. There are two terms, hackers and crackers. Crackers are basically does the malicious activity, the cyber crime, the fraudsters. That is crackers. Hackers know all the business of crackers, but they don't harm basically. They don't harm, they explore themselves. And in our society, to deal with the cracker, we need hacker. Otherwise, who will deal with them? One has to know their business, their activity. So hackers you can say in positive way, where crackers are in destructive way. So what is hacking? It is the process of gaining unauthorized access into a computer device. Unauthorized access. Your user ID will be taken, password will be taken through the cookies and enter into your system. So that is called hacking. A group of computer. This is done through cracking of passwords and codes, which gives access to the system. Between hacker and cracker is that a cracker breaks the security of a computer system, and a hacker is a person who likes to explore computer system and master them. Okay, so that is the difference between hacker and cracker. And the course they learn, hacker people, they learn course that is called ethical hacking. There is a word ethical, and ethical hacking is the legal thing. Okay, and what is hacking, that is also explained here. So unauthorized access into somebody's computer in terms of breaking the password and user ID, etc. Then you have hackers, black hat hackers, white hat hackers, and gray hat hackers. Black hat hackers mean they are crackers, individuals with extraordinary computer skills and resorting to malicious or destructive activities. Black hat hackers use their knowledge and skill for their own personal gains, probably by hurting others. Black hat hackers. And white hat hackers are those individuals who use their hacking skills for defensive purposes. This means that the white hat hackers use their knowledge and skill for the good of others and for the common good, for the good of others. Okay. Ethical hacking, also known as penetration testing or white hat hacking, involves the same tools, tricks, and techniques that hackers use, but with one major difference, that ethical hacking is legal. Ethical hacking is legal, already I have told you. Then grey hat hackers, sometimes they are black hat hackers and sometimes they are white hat hackers. These are the individuals who work both offensively and defensively at different times. Their behavior cannot be predicted. Sometimes they use their skills for the common good, while in some other times they uses them for personal gains. If they use it for personal gains, then black hat hackers, and if for common good, for doing the job for others good, then it is white hat hackers. Okay. Next, hacking process, there are some name: footprinting, scanning, gaining access, maintaining access. These are some hacking process. Required skills of an ethical hacking. What skills they require? They need to know Microsoft operations, configurations and management, Microsoft software. Linux also they need to know. Network protocols, TCP, IP, how they function and how they can be manipulated. Those protocols need to know. Firewall configuration also they need to know. They need to also know a knowledge of routers, routing protocols, access control, etc. These are required by ethical hackers. What do hackers do after hacking? Suppose they have entered into somebody's system, then after that what they will do, they will clear the logs and hide themselves. Log, by looking the log, you can see when somebody has entered in the system and how much time has used, which software they have used. They will clear the logs and hide themselves. Install rootkit or say backdoor. The hacker who hacked the system can use the system later. It contains Trojan horse and so on. Then the patch a security hole so that the other hackers cannot enter into the system. Install IRC related program, install scanner program, install exploit program, install denial of service program. Use all of install programs silently. So all these they will be installing after hacking, and will clear the way so that later on also you can use this computer. Okay, how to prevent the hacking? Download software from authorized website. Okay, genuine software you should download. Scan all types of hard drives before running. Whenever computer is on, try to scan your computer with a good antivirus system. Abstain from keeping easy password. Passwords should be strong, should be comprised of special character, uppercase letter, lowercase letter, digits, etc. Then never store or share login information. You should not share, and do not click on random email attachment. So that is how to prevent hacking. Phishing, already I have told you that it is an attack used disguised email as a weapon. Okay, the attackers masquerade as a trusted entity of some kind. The goal is to trick the email recipient into believing that the message is something they want or need. Recipient feels send sensitive information like account number, user name, password, etc. Then attacker use this. That is a phishing. Email will come to your system as if that some lottery you have got. They need to send money to you. For that they require your account system. They will lure you somehow, and if you are lured, then you will send them, okay, this is my account number, this is my name, this is my all these details, so send the money. And instead of money, they have got all your details. They will will be transferring your money from your account. So that kind of email is called phishing. And how to prevent phishing? Always check the spelling of the URL proper. You have to go to the proper URL, then watch out for URL redirects that send to a different website. That should not be. If receive an email from that seems suspicious, then contact the source with a new email. Don't post personal data. Okay, now it is over.